Hi, it's Lori from Coast to Coast Craft Girls coming to you from the West Coast. Today I wanted to share a couple of different takes on a card style that I had seen that I really liked. It's using these little, almost like little pennants on the top to create, it's a 5x7 top fold card. And this one's using the Crafter's Companion Garden of Love paper. And then this is a Spellbinder's flower, this is a Spellbinder's embossing folder, and this is a Crafter's Companion die. So it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So that's one. And here's the other one. This one's using a all Crafter's Companion. It's Crafter's Companion embossing folder, flower die, and some foliage, and then the Happy Birthday sentiment, and the Sunflower collection paper. This is the B side. It's sort of an offcut from my prior project. So really fun cards and very, very fast and easy to make. On this one, the only thing that's time consuming is making the flower. This one, if you have these little flowers already made, which I tend to cut, when I have scraps and I have time, I tend to cut a lot of those. So I usually have a lot of these kind of little small flowers on hand. So these cards can go together very, very quickly. So if you need a card in a hurry, it's a good option. Let me show you how they're made. Okay, so as I showed you, I've got two different takes on this card. So I'll make one and then we'll do the second one. So for the first one, this paper is from Crafter's Companion Garden of Love, and then it's just some pink cardstock. And I'm just going to mat and layer my card base. And this paper is so beautiful. I really wanted to kind of show it off. But so what I did is I just took some of that same pink and I just cut 3 strips. And these are 1.5 inches wide and 4.5 inches long. And then I ran them through an embossing folder. Well, first, actually, I cut them with the, this is a Spellbinder's punch. It's a tag punch to cut the little ends. And I'm just going to put these up essentially right at the top so that they're almost touching. And they're cut just short enough that you'll be able to see just a little bit of that paper in between. Okay, and I'm gonna put those up on foam tape so that it's got a little bit of dimension. And then just to put some decoration on it, I've got this lace, kind of doily lace border. This is from Crafter's Companion from literally forever ago. I can't even remember which collection it came with. I've had it for probably 4 years. And I'm going to put that right across there. And then I've got a little paper rose that I made. This is actually using one of the Spellbinder's rose dies, but you could easily use any rose die. Crafter's Companion has the same die. And I'm just going to put that on with my 3D glue gel, and I've got some foliage, and then we're going to be done with this one, and I'll show you the other one. So this is just like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 layers of cardstock, and then I took my fuchsia ink and just sort of inked the center of each of the petals. And you can see my inking is pretty messy, but honestly, in some ways, I think with flowers, the messier the inking, the better it looks, because flowers are not, nature's not perfect, so it's okay if it's not perfect. And then I'm just going to stick my leaves in. Okay, and that's it for that one. Isn't that pretty? I'm just going to set that one to one side and bring in sort of my second take on this particular idea. So I'm using same idea. Got some foliage. This is Crafter's Companion flowers and foliage, as opposed to the Spellbinders. but I mean, it's any small flower die. And it's the same thing, right? I matted and layered some cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. This is actually a scrap that I had from the Sunflower collection paper, which I used on a different project, which you can find on my channel. And as you can see, or maybe you can't see, I can see, there's writing, and the paper actually is supposed to go this way because there's writing on it, but I'm going to cover that up anyway, so I just made sure that it was up in the corner that I'm going to cover up. And then on this one, I cut 2 little pennant pieces, and I'm going to put them here, and these are a little bit wider and shorter. So these are this is 2 inches by 3.5, so 2 by 3.5, and there's 2 of those, and they're going to go on here, but I'm going to put them a little more to the middle, just kind of like that. And then this one is 2 inches by 4.5, and then I meant to emboss it. I actually meant to emboss it, and I debossed it, so that's the way it goes. And I meant to do that before I put it onto the back cardstock, which I also forgot to do. So you can see I ran it through the embossing folder after I glued it onto this backing cardstock, which isn't exactly what I intended, but it'll work. And I got the deboss side instead of the emboss side, but for this particular embossing folder, I think it looks just as pretty on the deboss side. So I'm going to put these flat, and then I'm going to raise that one up. Okay, this particular embossing folder is, I believe it's from the Chinoiserie collection. And you're just going to center this up between, on top of the other 2. Yeah, just like that. Okay, and then I've got a little happy birthday sentiment I'm going to put down here in the corner, which I don't usually put sentiments on my card, but I'm going to this time because I'm going to use this for someone specifically. So, and I needed a birthday card, so this is it. And then I've got all this little foliage, and I intentionally did them in very light colors. So this is kind of it's almost like a mottled green. And these foliage dies are old Crafter's Companion foliage dies that I think came with some quilling flower dies. And then these are just little small flowers that I found somewhere. And I'm just going to put these on. And I'm just going to tuck my little flowers on. And I was going for sort of a tone-on-tone look. So I'm good with them being sort of white against that very light yellow. That's kind of the clean look that I was going for. Just like that. And there we go. So 2 different takes on a very similar card style. Hope you like this. Thanks for watching.